Next one is an X-23, #1 from 2005. This is the first solo comic book of X-23. I think there's some pretty good kind of investment potential, I would say, with this X-23 #1. You know, X-23 being the clone of Logan. Wolverine Limited Series #1, the first solo Wolverine comic book, is so heavily collected, whereas the first solo X-23 comic book, this one, doesn't seem to be as heavily collected, and I just think it's a really good undervalued one to consider because it's right around $100 in price on a X-23 #1. There's two versions that you'd want to consider for this one. This is the one that came out in 2005, the first X-23 solo title. There's 393 9.8s, and sort of the white cover first print, one of 393. 55.9% is the 9.8 ratio. So that white cover in the first print is going to go around right around $100. You get lucky a little bit under. I think seeing a few sell. There's one on eBay right now. I believe it's like $125. I think that's the cheapest on eBay, but you can get this one a little bit under 100 if you're lucky. There's also the red limited version for this X-23 #1. Interesting on this one, it came out like a month later than the first print cover, and there's only one cover on that sort of first print. There's only two versions of this X-23 #1 from 2005. So the limited one that came out a month after has like a red toned cover. I kind of like, you know, the limited cover a little bit better, just as far as eye appeal goes. And I think on the completed listings this morning, doing a little research, the red cover sells more, I find. You know, maybe it's just because that white cover is a little bit harder to find, possibly. Even though there's about the same number of 9.8s on the census, they look pretty much identical on a CGC census. But interesting, in the red limited version in a 9.8, there's one for $100 in an old case on eBay right now. If, you know, maybe you're really liking this idea, you could possibly go after that one. And yeah, these are good. I think both of them are fine. Yeah, the red limited version or the first print white cover in an X-23 #1 is just a little bit underfollowed right now. And given how, again, yeah, Wolverine Limited Series #1, the first solo Wolverine book, so well collected, I think, you know, given that there's a connection there between X-23 and Wolverine, maybe the first X-23 solo titled comic book has a chance to, you know, really become collected over time. So I think this one's got a bright future, one you want to consider around $100. X-23 #1 from 2005. If you're liking my content, please subscribe and hit that bell, and I'll keep you updated on future videos.